We now turn our attention to a special group of people whose effort allow us to fulfill our passion and make it possible to experience racing throughout the season. The track owners. These hard-working families put their money on the line each week and every week so we can enjoy our sport. For that, all of us wish to say a sincere thank you. So track owners, please come forward. From I-35 Speedway, Mike and Kyle Johnson. From Lakeside Speedway, Mike and Kyle Johnson, Don and Donna Mars. From Valley Speedway, Dennis and Connie Strout. While our track owners make their way up, we would like to ask all the track officials, fire and safety crews, if you're here, along with push truck operators, tow truck drivers, anyone in attendance here tonight who helps out at the races, please stand so you can be recognized as well. Let's give everybody a big round of applause. We now move on to the awards. We begin with a special presentation. For the past several years, we have had two people who have volunteered their time, money, and efforts into supporting CARB. They've helped pave the way for the CARB Hall of Fame and Museum by donating and raising money. They have served on the board of the CARB boosters as well. They are the owners of I-35 Speedway and co-owners of Lakeside Speedway. And both tracks are CARB-supported tracks. At the October general membership meeting, the members that were present voted to give Mike and Kyle Johnson lifetime memberships into CARB. At this time, I would like to ask Mike and Kyle to come forward to receive their gold membership cards. Woo! We begin with the CARBs, where we continue with CARB Special Awards. These awards are given to individuals who selflessly give their time to CARB and auto racing in our area. As we read each award, you will hear the term Betterment of Auto Racing. The Betterment of Auto Racing means the honoree displays characteristics of unselfishness and that everything he or she does is done to promote our great sport. Award recipients support their special event not to win awards or earn recognition, but because they are passionate about auto racing. The betterment of auto racing is simple, putting the sport before yourself. Nominations for each of the awards were taken at the October general membership meeting and then reopened again in the November general membership meeting. After the nominations are closed, voting takes place and the winners are announced tonight. Our Distinguished Service Award, that is CARB's definition of the Distinguished Service Award, a race driver, owner, or mechanic who performs an act or service relating to the betterment of auto racing. We had two nominations, Mike Johnson and Chris Carpenter. This is what the people wrote when they nominated these folks. It was stated for Mike Johnson, he's of course the owner of I-35 Speedway, co-owner of Lakeside. His ownership saved Lakeside Speedway from closure, and what he has done for the racing community has allowed us to have places to race, but not just any place. These are well-groomed, well-maintained, well-managed facilities. He puts in 80+ hours a week in racing, and because he has taken a leadership role in the racing community, he is sometimes slammed for things being beyond his control. He has 5 race cars, and yes, his sons do compete in those race cars, but so do Buzz Castor and Bud Wilson. And he also helps with Marty Powell's car. So you help the elderly, that's nice. He has to play dad along with his sons racing and provides constructive criticism when either of his sons become overly aggressive. Who's the more aggressive? And that can't be easy. In fact, it's not easy owning the tracks and having family race because of the innuendos and negativity people will create and stir, by all means. Most people do not see his benevolent side, but he helps hundreds of people in more than just racing. This man wears many hats, always working for the sport. Also nominated was Chris Carpenter. Chris Carpenter was nominated for the work he has done to coordinate visits to Children's Mercy Hospital. He has organized groups of usually 3 to 5 drivers that volunteer their time, as well as donations from each of the tracks, from CARB and from various race teams to hand out to the kids that they visit. He has worked with the hospitals and their requirement on 2 separate occasions and is currently working on details to visit another Children's Mercy Hospital. Both of the nominees are deserving of this award because of their generosity. Tonight, we are proud to honor the Distinguished Service Award to Chris Carpenter. Sportsman of the Year. CARB's definition of Sportsman of the Year, a driver participating in active competition that shows skill in and devotion to racing, with conduct becoming a sportsman, which involves honest rivalry and graceful acceptance of results. Yeah, good luck. Now, the nominations are Randy Ainsworth and Darren Fuquay. Randy Ainsworth has been described as a clean driver on the track and will go out of his way to race his competitors cleanly. If he sees a concern with how something is handled, he brings it up to the appropriate people in the appropriate manner. He does not fuel the fire on grumbling or gossip, and on several occasions, he has donated his winnings to the cause for the night. When his fellow racer and point leader Chad Clancy needed a motor to race, he loaned his motor to Chad. He is the go-to guy in the pits for spare or loaner parts. Hardly a week goes by that someone doesn't stop by his trailer to ask him if he has a spare part. He has lived, worked, and raced in the same area all of his life, has many fans, both young and old. In fact, when he goes to a track as spectator, he can't get to the seat without being stopped every few feet by someone who wants to chat. Randy is truly a gentleman on and off of the track. Our other nominee was Darren Fuquay, a gentleman of the sport. He was wrecked early in the year, destroying his race car. This is not of his doing, and yet no blame, no complaints. He just moved on to continue to race, understanding the sport has its perils without needing to blame anyone. He is always a pleasure to be around at the track. Each of these drivers has shown skill in and devotion to racing, with conduct becoming a sportsman. The driver earning the award this year is known for bringing a positive attitude on and off the track. His attitude, persona, and priorities have earned the 2014 CARB Sportsman of the Year, and it is Randy Ainsworth. I was asked what was in the box. It's empty. And now you're full of money. Yeah. Okay, now the J.O. Pop Hartman Award. CARB's definition of the award is any person other than an active driver, owner, or mechanic who performs an act of service for the betterment of auto racing. The J.O. Pop Hartman Award is given in memory of a man who loved the sport of auto racing. In case you don't remember, and you might if you're not old enough to track, but Pop Hartman was the caretaker of Olympic Stadium for 30 years. He was an active and devoted member of CARB for 15, and he was one of the original members of CARB back in 1952. The nominees this year for the J.O. Pop Hartman Award: Carl Castor, Nicole Knoll, Baker's Tow Service, and John Lane. This was what was written about all of those people. Carl Castor. Throughout the years, Carl has always been really active in racing. You can always find him at the track, and he is always ready and willing to talk racing and promote the sport. He really knows the history of racing as well, and he likes to share it with some of the up-and-comers. He is the ultimate fan and supports the track and CARB. Nicole Knoll, person most responsible for collecting over $1,000 in nickels and returning a favorite of their childhood, the nickel drop, where children race to pick up money on the racetrack. This event was scheduled 3 different times. Mother Nature canceled each one. Nicole continued to gather monies, and that just allowed her to collect a lot more. Not only for the nickel drop, but at the season-ending USRA Nationals, she helped mark the reserve seats and diffuse the situation where someone else removed the markings and tried to say those seats were not marked. A true blessing of youth working in our sport. Also nominated, Baker's Tow Service. Baker's Tow has always been a reliable and loyal tow service at Lakeside Speedway from the 1960s, and they currently are at Lakeside. They have a love of auto racing and want to be an active part of it. And we have John Lane. Every year, John hosts a reunion picnic with over 300 people from throughout the Midwest in attendance. John has been an advocate for our sport, supporting it in various ways over the years, and he is currently serving on the board of directors for the Hall of Fame and Museum. Although each of these nominees deserve recognition for supporting and promoting our sport, tonight CARB honors Carl Castor with the J.O. Top Award. Yeah. And our Virginia Nelson Achievement Award. The Virginia Nelson Achievement Award was started in 1992 in memory of a woman who loved the sport of auto racing. Virginia helped form CARB in 1952 and was a dedicated member, holding several offices within the club throughout her tenure. For 39 years, she continually worked extremely hard to keep CARB strong and continued until her death in '91. The Virginia Nelson Achievement Award is presented to a current CARB member who has unselfishly given his or her time and energy to the current and past success of CARB. This person asks for nothing in return other than to see the future of CARB and the sport of auto racing prosper in this area. The nominees are Carrie Richardson, Christina Smith, and Randy Sears. This is what was written about them. Carrie Richardson. Carrie has volunteered for the past 7 years for CARB, either as a board member or a member of a committee. She has developed a program to record and keep track of donations for every event so that we can show that to the IRS when what we receive. She has gathered donations and organized a silent auction at the annual banquet and volunteered for as many events as she can help. She also donates a lot of things for the kids at our general membership meeting and has made quilts for some of our events. Christina Smith. Over the years, Christina has devoted her time, energy, and money to support racing and CARB. She has served as chairperson of the Hall of Fame induction ceremony and still helps when needed. She provides meeting rooms for various CARB tracks and CARB events, including this room for tonight's festivities. Christina is always ready and willing to jump in where needed. Randy Sears. Randy is described as a stand-up guy. He is currently serving as a director on the board of Hall of Fame and Museum, has jumped in with both feet to help the Hall of Fame move forward in a positive way. All 3 of these nominees are well-deserving. The person we honor tonight has tirelessly given of their time and energy to the current, past, and future of CARB and to the sport. Tonight we honor Carrie Richardson with the Virginia Nelson Achievement Award. Plus, she puts up the skip. And now the Tom Wilson Media Person of the Year Award. This award is presented to a local, regional, or national person for their constant contribution to the betterment of stock car racing. The award is presented to someone who continuously promotes racing in the Kansas City area in a positive and informative way. The award is nominated and voted on by the general membership of CARB. The nominees are Randy Kovitz, Mike Kraft, Katie Banks, Racing Boys, and Racing Dirt. This is what was written about each. Randy Kovitz. Randy writes for the Kansas City Star, has consistently portrayed our sport in a positive way. He has kept the community apprised of local racing news through the Kansas City Star. He has stated he's an old stick and ball guy, but he's fallen in love with the sport of auto racing. Mike Kraft. Every week, Mike is at the auto racing, Every week, Mike is at the racetrack taping the races and then spends countless hours editing and posting those races for fans to enjoy. And I assure you, if you listen to some of the comments we made with the microphones off, he's got a lot of editing to do. He also interviews all of the inductees of the Hall of Fame and Museum to preserve their history. He does this just because he loves racing. Katie Banks conducted interviews with racers at Valley Speedway and Lakeside Speedway to be aired on local news programs. She gave the community a positive review of our sport. Racing Boys. Scott and Kirk have always been promoters and supporters of auto racing in the Kansas City area. They work tirelessly to bring us news and information by way of their radio show and over social media. Racing Dirt. Austin and Trenton do a good job of reporting on all of the activities at all of the racetracks. They always promote the latest and updated information. Tonight, the Tom Wilson Media Person of the Year Award goes to Mike Kraft. So Mike gets out from behind his camera where he's filming this for YouTube. Mike posts everything on YouTube on KC Cheeseworks. He's had over 1 million hits just from the races in Kansas City. Now we move on to the Tom Carrick Family Award. This award is described as any family that through years of service to the racing community has displayed a devotion and love of auto racing. Are there any Carricks here? Carricks? Hey, there she is! Can we get all the Carrick clan to come up? Here she comes. There they are! Tim and Charlene Carrick. Charlene's the one on the right. Tom Carrick Family Award. This award is described as any family that through years of service to the racing community has displayed a devotion and love of auto racing, continually promoting the sport of auto racing through participation in the sport, community service, and other means which displays auto racing as a family sport. In the words of Tom Carrick, racing is family. Our nominees this year are the Lowell Christie family, Mike Johnson family, Russell Hunt family, Ed Knoll family, Bobby Heater family, and the Terry Wantland family. And this is what was written about them. The Christie family. The Christie family has supported the local racetracks and CARB. They continue to go above and beyond to see our sport grow. They've donated their time and served food at various CARB and CARB Hall of Fame events. The Johnson family, owners of I-35 Speedway and co-owners of Lakeside Speedway. This family is keeping racing alive. Mike and Kyle work tirelessly to improve both tracks for the racers and for the fans. Their sons race on Friday and Saturday nights. Mike and Kyle have donated to CARB and CARB Hall of Fame events. They have promoted auto racing during the T-Bone games and having cars on the field during National Anthem. The Johnsons are a family that lives and breathes racing. The Hunt family. The Russell Hunt family is an example that proves that racing is family. As a family, they've traveled many miles racing all over the country. They've even taken their family pets, so you might see in the pits. Even the pets have been featured in different magazine articles. Their son Trevor has been taught the natural talent and gifts must go hand in hand with hard work and commitment. He spends hours working on the car himself and even makes calls on the car setup. The Hunts find value in making public appearances that benefit not only their sponsors, but promote community and family. You can see them at several racetracks, public appearances, and just around town, always with a friendly smile and a handshake. The Knoll family. The Knoll family was nominated for the love and passion they have for the sport. They have brought fun back into racing by having the nickel toss. They have devoted a huge fan base They have developed a huge fan base with the bright light-up fingers and Ed Knoll shirts. I had to make sure I said that right. After the races, you can stop by the trailer because Nicole fixes enough food to feed an army. She says, hey, this is our supper. We don't have time during the day, so let's all eat together. She is right. When does a racer have time to eat? And then the Wantland family. Terry and Vicky have supported CARB for many, many years. Terry raced for 7 years in a modified and 40-plus years as a flagman. Only 40-plus years as a flagman. Vicky has remained by his side the whole time and has worked in the background in the pit area. Their son Lance was also involved for several years as one of the area's best scorers. And then the Heater family. Over the last few years, the Heater family has become prominent in the racing community. Bobby has even been instrumental in building motors for several racers, working on their cars, and his son-in-law and son have piloted this family to many championships. The 2014 recipients of the Tom Carrick Family Award has been part of the racing community for decades and have supported racing and CARB in numerous ways. Tonight we honor the Christie family as recipients of the 2014 Tom Carrick Family Award. Commitment Award. This award is in honor of Linda Luce and the commitment she displayed to the club. This award is presented to a CARB member who has displayed complete commitment to the club by volunteering and supporting the various functions throughout the year. The recipient of this award gives a huge amount of their life to the success of CARB and regularly attends all CARB functions and tackles the duties no other volunteer wants to complete. I thought I saw Terry here. Terry? Yep. Here they come. Terry and Darlene, here they come. Linda's children, Terry and Darlene, coming up to help present. Recipients of this award are nominated by the general membership. The winner is then determined by a majority vote of the board of directors and officers of those nominated. Our nominees are Randy Reber and Karen Darling. This is what was written of them. Randy Reber. Randy was nominated because he has donated his time as the CARB treasurer in 2014. He works at both I-35 and Lakeside Speedways, and in his spare time finds time to volunteer at every CARB event. Randy spends countless hours doing whatever is needed to be done on race day and to help CARB promote our sport. Karen Darling. Karen has been a part of racing for a long time. She has dedicated her life to auto racing. She has been the president of the CARB Hall of Fame for the last 2 years and is an unselfish leader. She has given her time to CARB and the CARB Hall of Fame because she wants to see the club succeed. Both nominees are very well deserving of this award. Tonight we honor Randy Reber with the Linda Rose Award.
We'll be selling tickets to see who gets the spanking
We have the Jed Larson Memorial Award. It is presented to a Kansas City driver residing within a 50-mile radius from Kansas City, Missouri's City Hall, who has the highest points for his performance at a track other than a local affiliated track. The Jed Larson Memorial Award is a CARB award in memory of a man who made racing his career. Jed Larson was originally from Texas but made Kansas City his home. He was a hard-drinking, hard-driving racer, a colorful character from the days when few drivers survived to retire. He was a regular at the Indianapolis 500 and was a 1956 Silver Crown champion. He is considered a dirt track legacy and is a member of the Indy Hall of Fame, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame, and the CARB Hall of Fame. During the 2014 race season, the racer we honor tonight raced in the WAR Sprint Car Series. He finished first in points. He competed in 17 races at several tracks. The average car count for each was 26. He had 3 feature wins with 17 top 5 finishes and was crowned the 2014 WAR season champion. Tonight we honor Chris Parkinson with the Jed Larson Memorial Award. And we move on to the Unsung Hero Award. In 2010, a new award was suggested and then added. The title of the award says it all, the Unsung Hero Award. Each track owner was asked to name their unsung hero, a person who works behind the scenes accomplishing tasks no one else desires to complete. Some of these names you will recognize and some you may not even know, but their efforts would be totally missed if they were not at the racetrack doing what they love to support our sport. So let's give these individuals a nice round of applause for it's their behind-the-scenes commitment which allows us to race each and every week. The Unsung Hero Award for 2014 at Valley Speedway, John Bauer. I-35 Speedway, Gene Tuttle. Lakeside Speedway, Randy Reber. Dennis Shroud is accepting John Bowers. Mike and Kyle Johnson accepting for Gene Tuttle. At this time, would Alan Staley please join me on the stage? CARB will honor the division track champions at Valley Speedway and the track champions, owners, mechanics, most improved drivers, rookies of the year for I-35 Speedway and Lakeside Speedways. Track champions are determined by the official final track point standings. This year, after you receive your trophy from the CARB president, you will be given the opportunity to thank those people that have made your championship possible. Also, some of these champions have purchased additional trophies to honor sponsors and other members of their race teams. Those will be presented at this time as well. We will start with the I-35 E-Mods. Champion, Kit Bailey. Champion owner, Wayne Bailey. Champion mechanic, John Burns.
Hey, congratulations on that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Kid, being the new class in town at I-35 Speedway, you really made your presence felt early on in the season. Tell me about some of the sponsors that made that possible for you.
I didn't really have any sponsors, so.
That makes it easy. That makes it easy. And tell me about some of the people you'd like to thank to make this possible for you.
Well, I'd like to thank my friends, my family, and well, everybody else involved that makes this happen. So.
All right, let's give another big round of applause. Kit Bailey.
Valley Speedway's Dirt Demons champion, Joe Jester Jr.
Joe, do you have any friends, family, sponsor you'd like to thank?
My family, my dad, sister, stepmom. It's a real fun year this year.
All right, let's give him a big round of applause.
The I-35 Speedway Grand National Champion, Austin Johnson. Champion car owners, Houston Johnson. Champion crew members, Trevor Bradley, Buzz Caster, Marty Powell, and J.D. Green.
Congratulations on your repeat championship. Tell me about some sponsors, friends and family you'd like to thank.
Definitely McCarthy Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, my dad, my mom, my car owner, and all my crew and everyone that helps me.
All right, congratulations, Austin.
Special crew member up here, Andrew Osvig. From Lakeside Speedway, the Grand National Champion, Tim Shields. Champion crew members, Lee Brown, Eric Gold, and Mexican. Tim would also like to thank Champion Engine Builder, Tom Grist, Champion Chassis Builder, Wicked Chassis, Champion Fabricator, Jason Parks, Champion Sponsors, Hilltop Tree Service, Teeny Tire, Jonkman Construction, Bill and Larry's, KC Tint Works, Number 9 Saloon, and Mike Dibben.
Congratulations on an amazing 2014 season. Tell me about some sponsors, people you'd like to thank.
One other I didn't mention too much is my mom and my family, so she's here tonight, so I'd like to thank her very much. Tom Griss, the guy that does the motors for me, he's not here neither, so he gets a lot of gratitude for this.
All right, congratulations again.
Thank you.
I-35 Speedway, USRA Hobby Stock Champion, Mitch Ross. Champion sponsors, Sliders Clearing, Aunt Tammy, Grandma, and Grandpa.
Congratulations on a great year this year, Mick. You rolled off about 4 wins in a row. Tell me about some sponsors, maybe some friends and family you'd like to thank.
Well, I don't have the cards yet, so I'll try to get them all. DX Racing, Creative Image, Swagger's Clearing, Aunt Tammy, Grandma, Grandpa, Larry Poston, help on the card.
All right, congratulations again, Mick.
From I-35 Speedway, USRA Stock Car Champion, Dean Ray. Champion sponsors, Frontier Auto and Truck Parts, Clear Creek Farms, Eli, Rudy, and Carol. Gotta admire a man who goes for the trophies.
In the great points battle all year, it came down to the final race for you to claim the championship. Tell me about some sponsors, maybe some friends and family you'd like to thank.
Well, there's some guys sitting there at the table that work awful hard all year. But to tell you the truth, there's a guy that's not here with us tonight. Ray Little. Vaseline. Chris, keep it up, guys. Thank you.
From Lakeside Speedway, USRA Stock Car Champion, Brett Heater. Champion Mechanic, Bobby Heater. Champion Crewman, J.M. Hewitt.
Brett, you're definitely bringing the heat this year. Tell me about some sponsors, friends, and family that make this possible for you.
a lot of people. NRT Chassis, Dell, Newman, them guys. Bill Jill, Commercial Feed Service, they've been with me a long time. Lucas Conley, start to finish construction. They do a lot for us. And of course, Christie's, it's an honor to have their name on my car, it really is. And of course, everybody in this room that don't have a race car. If it wasn't for you guys coming to the races every week, there'd be no reason for us to have one. So thank you very much.
From Valley Speedway's Outlaw Street Stocks champion, Larry Waters. Champion mechanic, Chris Waters. Champion crew, Jerry Liston.
Larry, you finally captured that elusive championship. Tell me about some friends, family, sponsors that make this possible for you.
I got a list. Long time. Now I just want to start out and say thank God. Okay, my crew, Chris, my son, Jerry Liston, Mark Medford, Ryan Stokes, my family and friends for making this possible. The first 4 weeks of the season, no kidding guys, I changed the complete setup, including spring, shock, cross, wedge. My crew said I was nuts. It probably was. Tried to learn the track, tried different things. One win, a lot of top fives, one major crash. About halfway through the season, we put a new bullet in it. Been trying for a long time. Gave it up for a while. Said this year money wasn't going to stop me. So. Won the championship. Once again, I'd like to thank God, the crew members, the drivers at Valley, my family and friends.
I-35 Speedway Stock Car Champion, Thomas Roberts. Valley Speedway's Mod Lights Champion, Dylan Rafferty. I-35 Speedway's Midwest Lightning Sprint Champion, Tony Lane. Champion owner, Richard Lane. Champion mechanic, Neil Rice.
Tony, you picked up a win, now you picked up the championship from I-35. Tell me about some sponsors and some friends and family that make this possible for you.
Well, first off, I gotta thank my mom, because without her, I couldn't do anything. Neither could my dad. I also want to thank my dad for actually helping me, and Neil for helping out set up my car. And then I want to thank Mike, wherever he is, for actually giving us a track to race on. So, oh. Thanks, Mike.
Speedway, the USRA B-Mod champion, Chad Clancy. Champion owner, Scott Fugit. Champion mechanic, Andrew Ostig. Here comes Andrew.
Chad, you had just a dominating year up at 35, over 10 victories to your credit. Tell me about some sponsors, maybe some friends and family that made that possible.
The biggest one was Scott Fugit right there. I couldn't do it without him. Westfall GMC and Adams Neat and Concrete Pumping. There's a bunch of them. Larry Saw Race Cars. Those are the main ones. I couldn't do it without any of them. I appreciate all of them and all my family, my mom, my brother, all of them for the support.
Again, congratulations, Chad.
Well, don't go too far. Lakeside Speedway's USRA B-Mod champion, Chad Clancy. Champion car owner, Scott Fugit. Champion sponsor, Westfall GMC. From Valley Speedway, the USRA B-Mod champion, Brad Smith.
Big sexy.
Congratulations on this great achievement, Brad. Tell me about some sponsors, friends, and family you'd like to thank.
Oh, shoot. Let's see, Chris Littrell over there. Thanks for everything, buddy. First and foremost, I had no idea he was bald. So, next year, baby, right here, that's what's going to happen. I'd like to thank old Randall over there, Randall Sr., Mike over there. All right. Kenny's Tile, the rest of the sponsors. I don't have a car here to look at, so we'll figure it out. Thanks.
Lakeside Speedway's USRA Modified champion, Nick Bittinger. Champion owner, Leon Bittinger. Champion crew members, Trent Thornbrew, Larry Kopp, Eddie Stroda. Champion engine builder, Don and Donnie Burlington.
I don't help with some of these guys.
Nick, congratulations on another great season. Tell me about some sponsors, friends, and family that make this possible for you.
First thing, I got to thank the Mars and Johnson family for giving us a place to race. All these guys are standing up here with me. Championships are won in the shop, out at the track. So all of them help all the time. Everybody's sitting at the table with us. Thanks for all the support.
From I-35 Speedway, USRA Modified champion, Zach Sanders. Champion owner, Russell Sanders. Champion mechanic, Pete Christopher.
Zach, congratulations on a great year, over 6 future wins. Tell me about some sponsors, friends, and family that make this possible for you.
First and foremost, I want to thank Mom and Dad. Without them, none of this would be possible. I also want to thank the Russell family, Bobby and Sherry Russell with American Masonry Contractors. They more or less make it happen for me every year. And all you out there too, everyone that comes to the racetrack every weekend, that's who we do it for us.
And we move on to Rookies of the Year. Each year, CARB looks for individuals who have entered the sport of auto racing as a driver for the first time. CARB realizes the challenge of being a rookie and the promise that auto racing will continue to grow with each new rookie driver. CARB's definition of Rookie of the Year, as written in the CARB Constitution, must be a first-time driver ever in auto racing with no previous oval, track point, or money race experience, with the exception of novelty races such as fun nights, and the minimum age as required by track policy, who finishes highest in points over other rookies with a minimum of 7 races at a CARB-affiliated track. One exception, first-time drivers will continue to qualify as a rookie the following season if he or she has not competed in a total of more than 5 races in any previous year. From I-35 Speedway, there were 4 rookies. 2014 USRA Stock Car rookie, Holden Schultz. For the E-Mods, Nicholas Carpenter. USRA B-Mods, Daniel Harris. USRA Modifieds, Anthony Logston. Lakeside Speedway had 2 rookies in 2014. USRA Stock Cars, Nicholas Smith. USRA B-Mods, Stephen Blake Sr. That's Dixie, not Nick, but she's getting it for it. That was big time. And our Most Improved Driver Awards. Most people believe that winning is the only measurement of improvement. Therefore, sometimes a driver's ability to improve is sometimes hard to detect. CARB's definition of most improved driver is any driver other than a rookie who shows distinct improvement through the point system in his or her driving from last year's performance, who raced in at least 7 races in the previous season. This is not a nominated award, but an award through improvement from the previous season. The most improved drivers in 2014 as compared to the points finish from 2013. From Lakeside Speedway, most improved drivers in the USRA Stock Cars, Jeff Elder. Yeah! The Grand National, Austin Johnson. From the USRA B-Mods, Randall Schiffelbein. USRA Modifieds, Trevor Hunt. From I-35 Speedway, most improved drivers, USRA Stock Cars, Thomas Roberts. Grand Nationals, Marty Powell. USRA B-Mods, Mitch Brewer. USRA Modifieds, Jim Hopkins. Before each of the tracks honor their top 10 in each class, we have one last award to present. It is the Woman of the Year. The Woman of the Year award is a private award not given by CARB, but given at the CARB Banquet. The Woman of the Year award is given to a person who is seldom recognized for her accomplishments. This is the 27th year for this award, and hopefully many more will follow. What this person does for their race team is astronomical. She has always influenced a team, and it is team. A lot of times she's out helping with the car. She spends countless hours with her racer in the shop, even when she doesn't have to. She helps with the weekly maintenance by assisting with the nut and bolt check, dismounting old tires, mounting new ones, fluid changes, charging the batteries on all the power tools of the race car, scaling the car. She's even the pedal bumper when someone needs to bleed the brakes and the clutch, and is one heck of a tool fetcher, kind of like that. And a great parts runner when needed. She makes sure our cooler is always stocked full of water and Gatorade and beer, of course. She is the reason the car is bright and shiny every week. On the way home from a night of racing, she always tells how proud she is, no matter where her partner finished. She shares a lot of the racing photos and wonderful messages on social media. When they have a major problem, like an engine failure, she sacrifices some of their finances so they can continue their season. In her words, "You are not a quitter." She has said many times, "We can do more with less." As if that isn't enough, she still finds time to clean house, do laundry, and cook dinner. So, thank you to the people that nominated her. You are very deserving of this special award. It is from her fiance and will be soon to be wife. Woman of the Year is Kelly Rigg. At this time, we have Rick Staley, announcer at I-35 Speedway, to join me on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, there are 2 CARB Gold member tracks. They will present their awards honoring the top 10 in points from each class in 2014. Drivers, after receiving your awards from track owners, please come up to the stage for a group photo.